Hello, fashion girlies. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in again. So, today we are going to be learning how to draft a pencil skirt, a simple basic pencil skirt. And so, what we are going to do now is to start taking our measurements. And so, the needed measurements for drafting a basic pencil skirt is your waist to hip and waist to full length. Now, the full length is depending on how long or how short you want your skirt to be. So I'm going in for 5 inches for my waist to hip measurement, and I'm going in for 10 inches for my waist to full. Now you go in with your body measurements, and here once you impute your waist to hip, you impute your waist to the full length you want. And what I'm doing now is just drawing out the lines so that it is clear cut for us as we are watching. Now this measurement I'm just using as a guideline for us to have an idea of how to draft a basic pencil skirt. The next thing I'm going to go in doing now is to use our nipple to nipple measurements. You know the nipple to nipple measurements used for that when drafting a basic bodice. You would also apply that for a skirt pattern as well. And so with the dart now, we will come out on 5 inches on both sides. Please do not forget, your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 is what you would use to get your dart line. Do you get? And then you would come out by 0.5 inches on both sides, and that is how you will get your dart on the waistline. Do not forget, because you're going to be cutting your material on fold, there are going to be 2 darts in front of the skirt and 2 darts at the back of the skirt. So what we'll proceed to do now is to take our waist measurements divided by 4 and include the 1 inches that was taken out from the darts, so that it won't be too tight for us when we are wearing our skirts. So do not forget your waist measurement divided by 4 inclusive of your dart measurement and your sewing allowance. Then you take your hip measurements divided by 4, then your sewing allowance and your full length measurements. Now you can decide to go down straight from your hip or just watch what I'm doing. So from the waist to my hip now, I connect it with my ruler. You can go with your free hand. Now what I'm going to do now is, you can either go straight from your hip down if you want a straight line, or you can come in at the full length by 1 inches or even deeper, but not too tight, so you're able to move your legs freely. Do you understand? So that is how you will be able to connect from your waist to your hip and then to the full length. So what I'm doing here is to identify that this is the front pattern. Help me. So before I finally cut out the front pattern of my pencil skirt, I am coming in at that edge by about half an inch, and I'm drawing that into the other edge. So you can either do this or come out at the other edge by half an inch just to slant it inwards. But depending on, it is not compulsory, but it just helps to cinch the middle of the front pattern. Now I've cut out my front pattern, and so what I'm going to do is use it to draft out my back pattern. And so I place a paper beneath it and then include our zip allowance. So you most likely go for 2 inches for the zip allowance. This is needed except you want to add an elastic at the back, and that will still require you adding more inches to cinch and hold the back of your waist. But if not, if you're going with zip allowance, you'll most likely go with 2 inches at the back. And so what I'm doing is I'm coming in towards that hip side where the zip is going to start from, and I'm also cutting it out back, so that would help avoid the bulging of the zip, which usually happens. So once that is done, you can then replicate it on your sewing material, and there you have your front and back pattern of your pencil skirt. Thank you.